These days, we all get distracted because we've got TV, we've got movies, we can go to Netflix. But that's dangerous. Because what you're doing essentially is relinquishing your ability to tell your own stories to somebody else. And I've been to Hollywood, you know that. I know what a big, huge factory it is. I know what kind of decisions are made basically on economic principles. And very often they have little to do with the interests of people in your community. This is why it is important to have teatros. This is why it's important to have community theaters. Not in a sense that we copy everything that Broadway does. Community theaters that create their own expressions, their own visions. And here we have in Teatro Visión a perfect example of something that has grown in San Jose, which I also consider to be one of my hometowns, grew out of the spirit and the need of this community. This is a dynamic, wealthy community. It should be able to sustain at least one Chicano theater so that it becomes world class, so that the whole world can see our community. After all, we're talking again, not just about a national scope, but an international scope. I've had the privilege of going to Mexico, of being able to direct Zoot Suit with the Compañía Nacional de Teatro. I know that Mexico is open to us, as we have been open to Mexico. There's a lot of talk about immigration and borders and all of this. Believe me, all of that will eventually fade away. We're going to erase that border. Yeah. It's a fictitious line in the desert, okay? Yeah. No es nada. You go there, no hay nada. It's a line that was created because people like to distinguish between this and that. But let me tell you, the distinction between this and that, between Mexico and the United States, is growing even smaller. If you've been there, you'll know that Mexico is a young country. Most of the people in Mexico are younger than 25 years old. You're talking about a country that is resilient, that is, hopeful, that is attempting to take control of its own destiny. And we as Chicanos are an extension of that. We're Americans, there's no question about it. But Mexicans coming into the United States is bringing a source of energy that all immigrants have always brought to the United States, and a sense of creativity that all immigrants have always brought to the United States. And it's time that we continue to hear that again and again every day, that our children hear that.